Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 7 of the Valkyrie Pro Wrestling series here. And tonight, or today's episode, we have Winter Warfare. So, looking forward to this one. I mean, obviously, being July in Australia, it is, of course, winter. It is essentially 6 months switched around with the Northern Hemisphere, I guess. So, well, at least that's how I think it goes. Obviously, if you're in America, Canada, any of those types of places. I think even the UK, most of Europe, essentially have their winter in like December, January type area. Whereas in Australia, we have winter in, I think it's what, June, July, and August. So yeah. Anyway, I have simmed properly. I know that was a bit of a little minor problem in the last episode. But basically, I just want to have a quick look at some people's popularity. Just I want to see if we had any increases. So I think Etsuko might have gone up 1 point. Yeah, she definitely did. As you can see, she was kind of stuck at 10. But then I think we didn't use her for maybe 1 or 2 months in there as well. And then the other one is, where is she? Yu Hashimoto. Now she's at 10, which is actually down 1 point. So basically what happened is she won the Queen of Strong Style tournament, and then Etsuko beat her in that last episode. So essentially, for this one, we don't really have a number one contender. Now, we could do Purple Viper to take on... Actually, let's do something different. Let's do something different. So let's get into the show here. And I think what I want to do, let's do like a 4-on-4. I feel like that'd be pretty beneficial. Let's go Sydney. Select the location. Of course, Sydney is essentially our default. And we're going to do a 4-on-4. I think we will stick with a proper sort of heel versus face divide for this match in particular. But let's go Christy Higgins. Go Calliope. Yeah. Again, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the pronunciation for her name. Obviously, Calliope is the way you actually say it. And obviously I was saying it as Calliope. So Calliope is how you say it properly. Just got to keep drilling it into my head. Anyway, Ruby Reese and Thea Davis will round off that team. And then I think for the other team, let's team up Etsuko with Purple Viper. Hashimoto obviously needs to be in there as well. And then I think to maybe round it off, we either go... I think maybe we'll just go Rei Chikanatsu as well. Yeah. I was thinking maybe we could go for Black Diamond in there, because I do actually rate Black Diamond. But I guess she can have a match on her own as well. So we'll go 20 minutes with it. We'll go a decent amount of time. I'm just not exactly sure who I want to win the match. I'm thinking Thea Davis. Yeah, let's go Thea, and the loser can be Rei Chikanatsu as well. And basically, well, the reasoning behind, we definitely don't want to call it. The reasoning behind it is to essentially allow ourselves to have Thea essentially establish herself as number one contender for next episode. So that'll be a pretty big victory for her there. I guess for our other matches, we'll just we'll book it pretty simply. Let's go Kate Lilly taking on Cameo. Of course, they did have a match together on the last show. It was a tag team match. But obviously, I would say Kate's probably one of our... She might be third best in the company at the moment. She's really doing quite well. She's very talented, super talented, and we'll probably give her some promo time in there as well. Might even make that our Steal the Show match as well. Next match, we'll go Joyrider and Rekka. Again, that's a pretty easy one to do there as well. Rekka, we're still just trying to book her as strong as possible. She's not great, which is a bit of a downside to her. She's not great, But I guess the fact that she also works for Zen will essentially mean that she'll probably wrestle twice per month, which will actually be more beneficial for her growth. So I'm kind of happy about that. And then finally, let's go with Kichi taking on Black Diamond. Yeah, it's probably not going to be a very good match. Let's say that. But anyway, Black Diamond will get the victory there. I want to try and at least keep her momentum as close as possible to neutral as we can. So that'll be our work the crowd. Let's do some angles. So I'm assuming we can probably give an angle to our face team here as well. I think all four of them can pretty well speak. Except for Ruby. Ruby's not very good. Okay. So, well, we have two options here. I could either go the four faces, or we could have a post-main event angle between Thea Davis. Yeah, I think we'll do that instead. So let's go Thea and Etsuko. So this will essentially set up the show for next episode, which it'll be pretty beneficial, because obviously Thea is going to become our #1 contender as a result of this. So there we go. Then I said I wanted to give Kate an angle there as well. So there's her angle. Obviously we're over the allotted time, but that's fine. We can just lower some stuff here as well. And of course that main event actually goes for 2 extra minutes. Yeah, so we need 1 more minute. Let's take it from this one. That's fine. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We've got our angle with Kate. Yeah, I think that's all good. Alright, let's give that a save and let's run the show. Ooh, Ruby's being used far too much. Is Ruby not... I thought Ruby... I could have sworn that Ruby was out of match here. Is she not a star? I thought she was a star. I guess not. Okay. Ruby is unimportant, apparently. Okay, well that's a bit of an annoyance. I think we might just overuse her at this point. I mean, she needs some momentum anyway, and Ruby's she's decent. She's got really good basics, so I think we just go for it, to be honest. Let's just go for it. Let's run the show. We start off with a 21 rated match, where we do have Black Diamond defeating Kichi Mochizuki in 10:01 by pinfall with a belly-to-belly suplex. Not a great match, but we kind of knew that this one was not going to be too good. And as you can see, Black Diamond also seeming off her game as well. It's not going to be too beneficial when she's off her game, and they're already, quite bad to begin with. It's okay, though. It's not terrible. We then move into a 28 rated match. A little bit better, but only a little bit. And we do have Rekka defeating Joyrider 8:57 by pinfall with a DDT. And this time, Rekka seemed off her game. So both of our victors for these matches have been off their games. Unfortunate. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Anyway, a 28's not too bad, but as you can see, Joyrider actually carried the match, getting a 29 in-ring performance there. Alright, we then move into a 38 rated angle from Kate Lilly. As you can see, she worked the crowd well, using the freedom to go off script to improvise. What improvised to her advantage. Also made the crowd hotter as well, leading into her Steal the Show match, which does okay. Again, we've got some more negative chemistry, but it does get a 40 rating for this Steal the Show match. We do have Kate Lilly defeating Aki Cameo in 10:09 by pinfall with a Lilly launch pad. As you can see, Kate Lilly and Aki Cameo don't seem to click, so it made for an awkward bout. And then we also had Aki Cameo seemed off her game as well. So all 3 matches we've had, inconsistency with our, younger workers being off their game. It's unfortunate, but I mean, there's nothing we can do. We just have to keep using them and hope that they will eventually become quite consistent and their performances will be hopefully a little bit more decent than they are at the moment. All right, we then go straight into the main event, which gets us a 46 rating. So it's actually pretty good. Obviously, it's a lot lower than last episode's main event. But then again, that was we all kind of knew that match between Etsuko and Hashimoto was going to be really good. But yeah, we have Christy Higgins, Calliope Woodchuck, Calliope. Sorry, gotta pronounce it properly. Calliope Woodchuck, Ruby Reese, and Thea Davis defeating Etsuko Ariyoshi, Purple Viper, Yu Hashimoto, and Rei Chikamatsu in 20 minutes, 29 seconds when Thea Davis pinned Rei Chikamatsu with a flying elbow drop. And then, yeah, Etsuko was head and shoulders above everybody else in this match. Yeah, unfortunately, Yu Hashimoto sustained a back injury. So that's really bad. Yeah, it's really, really bad. Really bad injury. Back injuries always seem to be pretty bad on TEW, so I'm hoping she's going to be okay because, like I said, she is essentially our second best worker on the roster. And if we lose her for a significant amount of time, it's not going to look too good for our main event scene. Let's just say that. Anyway, we got one more angle left on the show. And we get a 36 rating here, where we have Thea Davis and Etsuko Ariyoshi going at it against each other. And as you can see, they both clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script, and they both performed well. So, I'm happy about that. I feel like that's finally something that we can, at least not worry about as much. Because like I said in the last episode, we were essentially going to give Etsuko one more chance to basically go off script with an angle, and she tanked on the last episode. Thankfully, on this episode, she's done well, so I'm happy about that. Anyway, let's finish the show here, and we get a 43. That's not too bad considering where we're at. I think the 51 we got on the last episode, it's probably a little bit high for us at the moment, and I think the only 2 that could get it would probably be Hashimoto and Ariyoshi. So, we're looking good. We're looking good. 43, I would say, is pretty respectable. Now, I'm going to praise Hashimoto, because I'm thinking she might have some morale issues because she's injured. It might have been a botch. It didn't actually say that it was a botch, but it very well could have been. As far as the other girls go, I think we'll go Black Diamond, and we'll go with... who do we want to go with? Let's go with Rekka as well. So I'm going to praise Hashimoto. We'll give some encouragement to Black Diamond and Rekka. Hopefully they'll, step up their performance a little bit and not be so inconsistent and, be off their games when they go into matches for us. I would really like them to at least, not Calliope Woodchuck with the botch move. That's annoying. That's annoying. Anyway, I mean, there's nothing we can do about those types of things except for hope and pray that Calliope's gonna... I mean, as you can see, she's also annoyed now at the fact that she was the botcher, the move botcher that, resulted in another injury. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. I mean, her safety is not too bad either. She's got 67, so... It almost seems a little bit strange. Anyway, we are indeed up to 9 popularity now in New South Wales, so we're slowly getting along. It's sort of getting 1 point per show now. There was a time when we got, 2 points from one show? I think that happened twice, didn't it? So yeah, we're up to 9. Things are going well. I mean, that's a steady progression, it really is. From, essentially 0, and now we're up to 9, heading into the 8th month, or the 8th, technically the 9th show of the company, but yeah, anyway, One thing I do want to check, let's just check Ariyoshi's popularity. Somehow went up to 12. She lost that main event, but somehow managed to gain popularity. And Thea is now on 10. Well, she's actually been on 10 for a long time, so a little bit strange. A little bit strange. Kate's on 10. Viper's on 11. So I think Viper will eventually become our new #1 contender going forward. Of course, we've got our season finale is Summer Sizzler, so we probably want to have, I would say, a pretty big show. Anyway, the next show is Refuse to Lose, so that'll be Thea Davis taking on Atsuko Ariyoshi for the World Heavyweight title. We're then going to have Riot Rumble, as you can see here. Essentially just going to be, well, depending on how many workers we have. How many do we actually have? I think I can just check back here, can't I? Okay, it doesn't tell me. Perfect. All right, lovely. Role, wrestler. What's that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we got 15 workers. We could essentially have a 15-woman battle royale. Or Riot Rumble, shall we say. A Riot Rumble match. I think that's what we'll do. We'll go all 15 in there. And yeah, I guess maybe some of the girls will have to do some double duty as well. As you can see there, Calliope is the only person with morale issues, so obviously Hashimoto, I mean, she got injured, but she's actually happy. So it's actually pretty beneficial that we don't have two. Anyway, let's check medical. Okay, so the back injury is going to keep her out for 2 months and 2 weeks, which is actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really don't think that's as bad as it could be, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, that does mean that we're going to have to bring in another worker if we're going to do the 15-woman Riot Rumble match. So we'll have to hire somebody else. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll do that off camera. Maybe it could even be a little bit of a surprise, although I'm sure it'll pop up here with the debut message. Either way, thank you for watching, guys. That is the end of the episode. Make sure you smash a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're a new viewer. And apart from that, as always, take it easy and goodbye.